I'm tired of being scared to voice an opinion and let people know that some of the things that are being done are wrong. Hi everyone, it's Diane Hatz with Change Food with this week's Eating Real with Change Food. So this week I'm going to talk about Eating Real with Change Food, the show. I'm going to give you a little background, little feeling about where we're at. If you want more details, I'll say from the start, you need to go to our Patreon page. Just go to Patreon, patreon.com, search for Change Food. We will have more in-depth videos, deeper discussions, more ranting by me on there. But I've been toying around with this video show since about November. It is taking shape. I'm very pleased. I'm pleased with the feedback. But what I've realized is I'm being stayed. I'm afraid to voice an opinion. Bottom line, I realize I'm a people pleaser. And frankly, fuck that. It's time. I think we all need to take a stand. We all need to have an opinion, put a stake in the ground, and say, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. So, Eating Real Change Food, we're still going to do the things that we were planning to do. I mean, the goal is to have a 50-minute show with 10 5-minute segments that you can watch all together or you can watch in pieces. As you will know, if you've watched any of these, we're at like 1 5-minute a week because I'm learning how to edit. You know, there's a lot that has to be done. But the goal with this show is I want to educate you, but I want to rile you up. I want to get you passionate about the food movement and what's going on and what's not going on. I want you to get out your camera and your pens and your computer, and I want you to get involved in this movement because there are things happening that I don't think are that good. And I think that if we let things go the way that we're going to end up with a huge frickin' bureaucracy. And wheels are going to spin and nothing's going to get done. So as I go on this journey, and as Change Food goes on this journey to reinvent itself, because we are rebuilding Change Food, I want to look at today's food landscape. So we're going to look at what's happening. Where are we going? Who is making a difference? What can we do to start creating lasting positive change for everyone? Yes, there are people doing it, but there are also people who are getting funding, who are spinning wheels and having meetings about meetings, and shit just ain't getting done. The bulk of the cussing and emotion and crying and hair pulling will be on Patreon, on videos on there. I've chosen not to try to stay clean on here. So to start, and this list will be added to, and what I want to do is I want to be proven wrong. I want to prove myself wrong. I want you to prove me wrong, or let's prove this right. But I have beliefs. I have opinions, and I'm stating 5 of them publicly right now. I've written them down. So, 1, the local food movement is leaving out most of the country and will ultimately fail if it doesn't realize that and do something about it. What's pissing me off is we're all like, I live in New York City, and we're all, oh, everyone, local food, local food, local food. It is such a small percentage of food. You know, why are factory farms still sprouting up in rural America? Do you know about that? Because you're gonna if you don't. Because I am determined to bring people or to talk to people in those parts of the country so you can understand that this movement has not, it's just getting started and it's being co-opted. So we're going to get into much more detail about that. Number 2, big food can't change the way that they need to. Now that's a really hopeful sign. For those of you who, you know, are all for the smaller company, the startups. I'm not saying they're going to go away. I hope they do. That's my stance. I will be doing much more on this, but I watched this happen in the music industry. I worked in the music industry 25 years ago, right at the peak and the start of the decline, and I was in my 20s, and no one listened to the 20-year-olds, and the whole industry imploded. They did not get the internet. And I believe that it's not the people who work in big food. It's the way corporations are structured to only make profit. Will B Corps make a difference? We'll find out in future episodes. Okay, number 3, ag tech. It's not the answer. Can it help? Sure. But you know what? How much freaking lettuce do we need? No offense. I have friends who are founders of amazing companies that grow their lettuce, but it's not the answer. And I am going to rail. I'm going to rail against some of the investors and that silicon greasy money crap that's coming to food that doesn't have a clue. They're in it for money. That is not where we're going in society, in consciousness. It's not all about money anymore. We are in a post-industrial revolution society, and people don't realize that yet. And again, a lot of fodder for future shows. Okay, number 4, farmers will always matter. Always. Soil. Don't get me started. I still believe that there are things in soil that we don't know exist yet. You know, who knew what I didn't know what an amino acid was 30 years ago. You know, okay, amino acids might not be in the soil, but you know, all the microcilium and all the what researchers are learning about forests and trees and plants and how they communicate with each other and these intricate systems. There's a lot there we don't know, and just thinking you can plop a plant into some water and grow it in a tower and you're going to get the same benefits from it, that's not a given. More to explore. So, number 5, this is going to piss people off that I know, but the nonprofit food movement, it's becoming a machine. And it's becoming a machine that simply wants to keep the machine running. Now, I'm not saying that everybody in the nonprofit world isn't doing great work. There are people, but what I have found over the years is that the people who are doing the real work are not getting the funding. You know, maybe I will name names, maybe I won't, but really large foundations give their money to people who write really good grants. Doesn't matter what you're really doing. Yeah, you have to have metrics, but I have seen people and they're really good. You know, people like me, not so good. And you know what? I don't give a shit anymore. I'm not getting paid right now. I got nothing to lose. You know, I'll go work at, well, I was going to say I'll go work at Walmart, but I probably shouldn't do that. I'm tired of being scared to voice an opinion and let people know that some of the things that are being done are wrong. And that's change. Welcome to the new change food. This is how we're going to be. It's not about pissing people off. I want to repeat that. It's about, maybe it is about pissing people off, but it's about getting people activated. It's about getting people motivated. It's about getting you involved. I'm getting old. I can't do this much longer. I have been trying to educate and raise awareness for 20 years now. Now, it's people like me, you know, just because you care about food, you weren't just born that way. It's people like me who've been beating society and the zeitgeist over the head with the issues around food, or you all would still be drinking Tang and eating Velveeta. So just know that. But we're aging. We need, and I don't even want to, I hate to put it on physical age, but I think that, okay, so I'm a little riled up now, but as you tend to age, you just mellow a little. I don't have the hormones I had. You know, I'm going to be pooped out by 6 p.m. I couldn't do this more than a half an hour, but you can. And I want, it's not what I want. We need to get people actively involved in creating real societal change for everyone. And that is what Eating Real with Change Food is about. We are not, this is not a foodie program. This is not something where you're going to come and learn about the latest rainbow bagel or whatever. This is about learning about the issues and meeting people who are doing it right. And hopefully we can all build a community together and become our own force for change, because we need it. We really need it, and we need you. So if you have anything, comments, suggestions, anything, please, there should be a comment section below. If not, click into YouTube. You leave a comment. I read them all. I'm looking to join an army or to find a group of people to join us at Change Food. And again, like I said, on Patreon, we're going to have much more in-depth. There'll be a lot more involvement there. That's where we are literally building a community. So thank you. Welcome to the new Eating Real with Change Food, and welcome to my big mouth. See you next week.